Hello everyone, welcome to my kitchen. I'm Valmore. Before I start today, I have a bit of a sad announcement. This is probably going to be my last video on this channel. I started this journey during the pandemic in 2020 when I was unemployed and I needed something to fill my time. And once I finally got a job again after some initial time management issues, I was able to continue this channel. But after over 200 recipes and 150 videos from 6 cookbooks and a few other extra sources, I just need to change things up. Now this may not be goodbye. I may, after like a month or two, decide I miss it. And I may come back, but I suspect if I do, the format's going to be a little different. And I will continue on Instagram to share my thoughts on any of the recipes I do make from these cookbooks. And that'll probably be the best place to interact with me and see what I'm doing. I know this is a bit sad, but I think it's about time. But I do have one more recipe to get out to you. And it's going to come today from the Critical Role cookbook Exquisite Exandria. And it comes from the section 4 Marquette. And it is a beef brisket. This is Spire by Fire's Beer-Braised Brisket. Let's get started. The first thing I want to do is make a spice mix that I am going to rub on the brisket, which will start with brown sugar, salt, pepper, smoked paprika, and garlic powder. And I'm just going to mix all that together. Now I am going to rub the spice mixture into the brisket. And I'm now going to put that in the refrigerator for at least 30 minutes. I'm probably going to do closer to 3 hours. For this, I am going to dice an onion, chop up carrot and celery, mince some garlic, and chop some rosemary and thyme. Now into some vegetable oil in my Dutch oven, I'm going to sear the brisket. I'm going to sear just for a few minutes on each side. Now that that is brown, I'm just going to take it out, and into this I'm going to add the onion. And I'm going to cook that for about 4-5 minutes until it starts to soften. To that, I'm now just going to add everything else, starting with the thyme, rosemary, and garlic, carrots, and celery. And I'm just going to cook all this up for about another 2 minutes. Now to this, I'm going to add beer. The recipe suggests either a stout or a pale ale. With the stout, you're going to get more of the earthy, chocolatey notes that will accentuate the beef flavor more. With the pale ale, it's going to be a little more citrusy, which will kind of accentuate the sweetness of the carrot and the onion. I went with a pale ale. Next, some beef stock and crushed tomatoes. And I'm just going to stir all that together and scrape the bottom of the pan to get all the brown bits off. Now I'm going to put the brisket back in, add in a few bay leaves. I'm going to cover that and put it into a 300-degree oven for about 3 hours. The brisket is done, so I have taken it out and set it off to rest for about 30 minutes. I then removed the solids from the braising liquid, and I'm now just going to cook that up and let it reduce. This turned out great. The brisket was tender, perfectly cooked, a nice crust to it, and just a really good flavor. And the gravy for it was interesting. It was more of a tomato forward, so it was a little more acidic, but I think that paired very nicely with the pale ale. To finish it off, I just paired it with some mashed potatoes and roasted carrots, onion, and celery. And I hope yous enjoyed. I hope yous enjoyed all of it. Like I said, the best way to keep in touch with me or see what's going on with the cookbooks is Instagram, and we'll see what comes next. Thank you, everybody, truly, for sticking around and for continuing to watch. Cheers.